project was on ancient Assyria. Alright, so Assyria is in modern day Iraq, and it was bordered by the Asia Minors and Syria. And their climate was kind of cool, and they had very high level of rainfall, and they had the Zagros Mountains to the east and the desert to the west. Alright, so time period, major events happened from 911 BC to about 627 BC. And from 911 to 891 BC, they began to fight back the Arameans, and their borders were secured. And then they had great campaigns started in the Middle East. Then in 1858 BC, their Assyrian Empire was at a very high point, and it fell due to instability and their weaknesses. Then in 744 BC, they formed a true empire, and then it was expanded and was reconstructed, so it was made better. And then Israel was invaded by King Sargon II. And then Egypt was conquered, and it was brought to our greatest power yet. And then the empire was expanded as well. And then King Ashurbanipal rules the last phase of the empire, and they lost Egypt after they conquered it because he died.
All right, so there were many key figures of Assyria, a lot of kings, a lot of great kings. There's also many gods worshipped in Assyria. They were pagans, so they worshipped many gods. One god in particular I just want to mention is Ashur. He was the official god of Assyria. But I just want to mention some kings to go along with this. So one of the greatest kings mentioned that was in Assyria was Tiglath-Pileser III. He ruled from 745 to 727 BCE. And now he took the throne by killing the royal family. So he didn't like the way it was going, and he just killed the royal family, and he put himself in power. And what he did was reorganize the government and restructured the military and forced populations to relocate for efficiency. And that is kind of he made people spread out, so Assyria can cover more ground in protecting their empire. And he enlarged the territories from the west of Euphrates to the Zagros main ridge, as you can see in the picture right there. It goes from Tigris and Euphrates all the way to Mediterranean and Zagros. And so another king was Sargon II, and that was actually his son. He ruled from 722 to 705 BCE. He ruled after his father Tiglath-Pileser III, and also his brother. Well, his brother served right before him, Shalmaneser the Fourth, I think so. And so he died a couple years after he took throne, and so his brother Sargon II took throne at his middle age, and so he abolished taxation and labor policies, built the fortress of Sargon, a large city in Assyria, and he was the founder of the Sargonid dynasty until Assyria's fall. And also I just want to mention. He invaded many places such as Israel, as you stated.
Alright, so significant events that happened in Assyria were they had a written language which was cuneiform, and they also invented the 360-degree circle, and they established Hammurabi's code of law, which is really big and stuff, which came up with all the rules and stuff for people to follow. And they built their first temple, which marked their first calendar days in 4750 BC, and they also advanced in sciences, technology, philosophy, and medicine. They had a lot of significant events. They advanced in everyday life uses like paved roads, postal systems, the magnifying glass, the electric battery, plumbing, first use of iron, first chariot, and the first library. And they also created the 360 days for 1 year, and a 24-hour day and 12-hour night.
So reasons for decline. So, all right. So Egypt was a rising power coming into this time period, and they faced the enemies in the east, the Neo-Babylonians and the Medes. So these were not the Babylonians from before. These are Neo-Babylonians, and so Babylon defeated a major Assyrian army in 626, and so the Egyptians united with the Assyrians actually, as they wanted Assyria as a buffer state, which is essentially they wanted it to be a small kind of neutral country in between two larger hostile countries. So it was kind of for their benefit, but it was also for Assyria's benefit. mostly so. They both got something out of it. But Egypt couldn't handle the attacks from the Medes, and the Medes under Cyaxares conquered Ashur in 1616, which was one of the major cities in Syria. Also the name of a god, the major god that I stated before. And the capital, Nineveh, fell in 612 to the Medes and Babylonians, and this is all BCE. And the last stronghold, Haran, was taken in 610, ending the empire. And as you can see in the picture, you can see the 3 different time periods. Their empire is shrinking to Ashur, Nineveh, and those places around there.
So, interesting facts that happened. Their capital was Ashur, and that's how they got their king name, the Ashurbanipal. And their cities were Nineveh and Nimrud, and they controlled the Fertile Crescent for 300 years, which was pretty big for them. And they spoke Akkadian and Neo-Syriac, and they had the Great Library, which had like the Code of Hammurabi and stories of Gilgamesh and clay tablets, and that was built by the king Ashurbanipal. And the history is divided into 6 different periods. What's their emergence? The first golden age, the first dark age, second golden age, the second dark age, and then the Diaspora, which was like everyone being wiped out and removed from their homeland.
Thank you very much.
All right.